I can also project. I went to theater school. My name's Jenelle, I'm the editor at Writing. I'm so thrilled to be here, and it's so nice to see so many people not only supporting theater in person, but independent film and a wonderful genre picture as well. Please join me in welcoming the people who brought this film to life. They are the film's writers and directors. Please welcome Colin and Cameron and Karen.
I don't get a show if you guys don't. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Well, first, just so everyone knows, Cameron.
Correct.
Oh, there we go.
Cameron Cole.
And don't worry, there was no ghost monkey after the credits.
Not a teaser for
No.
larger late night with W.
We're still working that out.
We'll reenact it for you.
Well, congratulations on a fantastic movie. I don't know if people can tell from your accents, but you're not from America. You are a pair of Australians who somehow managed to nail 1970s American late night television and this genre so beautifully. I'm sort of curious, everyone sort of has their gateway movie or experience into the horror genre. What was it for each of you?
Look, I think that's pretty easy to answer. It was Friday the 13th, watching it on VHS.
For you, maybe.
As kids. If it wasn't that, it was an American Werewolf in London. But in terms of theatrical experience, anyway, our parents dragged us along to American Werewolf in London, and it kind of changed us forever.
Wait, how old were you?
I would have been very young, maybe 7 or 8, something like that.
I was a couple of years older.
Yeah.
It was Australia, it was the early 80s.
It was a wild time.
Better than a babysitter, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations on a fantastic movie. I know your debut feature was 100 Bloody Acres, which was nominated for 2 Australian Academy Awards. Is that funny?
When you put it that way, yeah. It's true though, we're actors. Yes. Yeah.
At what point did you start, did you always sort of have this idea for a late night with the devil, or was there a spark or a germ that
Yeah, it was so long ago, it's almost sort of lost in the mist of time. But I think after we finished that film, it was a very well received film, but it didn't set the box office alight by any means. In fact, it really started through piracy. Like, a lot of people saw it, but just didn't pay for it. But I think in Australia, the industry there and the screen agencies felt some pity for us. So it was like, well, you can make another one, but it's going to be less money. So the first one was low, the second one was really low scare campaign, just the name of that film. But we sort of thought, well, we're going to have to come up with some very contained ideas, single location, small ensemble cast. And so Late Night was kind of one of that. We just thought it would be a really interesting location for a spooky film. And, I think because we both had some experience working in television behind the scenes, knew what an interesting, stress-filled environment that was, and we just sort of had to bring in that supernatural overlay that would make for an interesting movie. It's all very good and well to have that loose concept, but then to, then develop the script and all of that, and come up with that character of Jack and his story. That was sort of another 7 or 8 years in the making.
That's what I'm sort of curious about. Like, did you always know it was going to be done in the style of real time and found footage, or did that develop as the idea progressed?
Yeah, I think it kind of developed as just, obviously that format lends itself to a real-time sort of situation where you feel like the camera's rolling the whole time. Just the dangers of live TV, anything could go wrong at any particular time. I think we just thought we'd embrace that. Initially, I don't think we had that prologue sequence, and it was just we were dropped straight into this show that had been on air for 10 or so years, and audiences kind of had to figure out things for themselves just through very bad expositional dialogue. It has taken on many different shapes and forms over that time, that's for sure. I think, in the later drafts, it made sense for us to open up the world a little bit more, just to make that viewing experience, not feel so clunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
did you then find, did you sort of put restrictions on yourself? Like, did you think about the fact this is happening in real time, or was that second?
You didn't have to, we didn't have, once we decided it was a live TV show, then kind of that looked after itself. It was funny because in writing and then, you know, pre-producing, making it, we never really talked about it as a real-time thing. It's something afterwards people say that's what it is. I'm like, you're right, actually. Which is kind of cool. So, but of course, at the same time when you're making it, you do, you know, we're very conscious of the fact, you know, the continuity sort of issues you've got to deal with in doing a real time. But then, you know, having those breaks going backstage, you know, kind of helped us reset a little bit each time as well. So there may be a few little Conti glitches here and there with ties and collars not quite in place, but yeah, but what's important, I guess, in directing also just meant for the cast for all us to maintain, know where we were, because we weren't shooting in order really. Yeah, we like the opening monologue. You want to, you
No, I would love to, yeah, there was, I mean, the stupid idea from the beginning was we just shoot the whole thing live on the cameras of the time and somehow pull it off, you know, all in camera in real time, but God, you know, no producer is going to back that.
I wouldn't back that. Yeah, I mean, there's an element of theatricality to it as well. So, and a lot of our actors, like David included, have a theatre background, which was great for us because we did do long, so you know, like there, I'm trying to think which sequences, like when Carmichael Hay comes on, we do the magic routine, there's a few, you know, we had to stop and pick up some stuff there. He was very good. He learned that in like an hour.
No way.
He only, in fact, Carmichael, Ian Bliss, who plays Carmichael, was only cast on Friday, we shoot on Monday. We had someone else that fell through at the last minute. Happened with the two of our cast actually. And I have to say thank God at the end of the day. Laura who plays Dr. June, came on board a week out.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah. And she had COVID that whole week. It was better just
I want to talk some more about this amazing cast because, first of all, I think that David Mashalton is one of those actors that we've seen in so many things, and you always know there's going to be a good performance. I don't know if I've ever seen him in a lead role before. You were the guys to do that.
I think early on in his career, some of the stuff he wrote,
he's done a couple of indie, animals and Bull Creatures below too. I think he co-wrote or wrote them, very indie, low budget things. I think he shot in Kansas City, where he comes from. So he done it, but yeah, I guess not maybe quite this scale. And we were just so lucky. I mean, you saw him go to see.
He's not here.
Can we get a video of that later? With all these, love you, Jack. Yeah, we're just so lucky that, you know, my brother here actually sort of had the brainwave.
Well, I don't know if it's brainwave, but I mean, I picked up Fangoria one day and I saw that he'd written an article about regional horror hosts. He had this fascination with regional horror hosts. I mean, all through the shoot, he was bringing up clips of Svengoolie and you know, just sharing his experiences of watching his guy in Kansas City and
Chicago, wasn't it?
yeah, where he grew up. And so I remember reading this article, and you know, obviously we knew his work and how great an actor he was, but then that seemed to sort of click into place for us that this guy was a huge genre fan, but also just knew that kind of hosting world as well. So it just felt like, yeah, he was going to be an excellent fit, and god damn, he was.
And we were very lucky that, sorry, you know, because by that stage we just had Roy Lee, you know, wonderful, you know, LA-based horror film producer extraordinaire. He'd come on board and we pitched the name Desmology. He said, oh my god, great idea. Called him that day, and a week later we were talking, Zooming, and you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that there wasn't any kind of an audition situation?
Of course not.
Well, no, I mean, we know he's a great actor, but still, like, he's in every single movie.
Oh, it's
He's first
massive.
on the
I'm sure David really felt the pressure of that, but you know, you wouldn't know it. To watch him on set, he was just so amazing. I mean, yeah, he just totally inhabited that character, and he could very well easily host his own Tonight Show nightly.
Yeah, and with Gus, I think the two of them together, the chemistry was, we were just really lucky. I mean, yeah, I think the film's well cast, and some of it's, you know, through a little bit of instinct and acumen, and some of it's just luck, like, but it just all fell into place, and yeah, the chemistry between Jack and Gus, it's, you know, it's like they have been doing it for 7 years, you know. Gus, you know, the actor who plays Gus Reese hasn't been in a film or a TV show ever. No.
Wow,
No,
that's
I know,
amazing.
he's so good. He's an improviser, like he does, he's in an improv troupe back in Melbourne where we come from, he does comedy festival shows. So he's a performer.